Hey YouTube, Shane here. Getting out here to shoot some arrows now that it's warming up. Snow's melting off. Got to knock off some of that wintertime rust. I've got my Bodnik Slick Stick. I've got a quiver full of various arrows from 700 spine to 400. And I'm just going to shoot them all. Not terribly long distance, probably going to be at about 14-15 yards. And just pull that string back and let them fly. Figured I'd fire up the cameras and take you along. Alrighty, we'll start with these 400 spine arrows. I got 175 grains up front on them. A little bit high. Yeah, we got not too bad a little group, a little bit high, but that's okay. I'm moving on to these 500 spine link boys. A little more flexible here. See how they do. They're flying pretty nice. The first two are about 12 o'clock in the center area there. Well, we're laying in a nice group. It's well centered, a little bit high. But if I was at 20 yards, they'd probably be hitting closer to center. I'm just kind of, getting back into it here easily, not trying to prove anything. So I'm just here at close range, flinging a few arrows. Now, what I'm moving on to here, these are some 700 spine. They've got some 140 grain tips that are those glue-in style tips. These arrows are about 390 grains, if I remember right. They're going to be going pretty fast. Oh, right in the middle there. Can't complain about that. These might be just a little bit underspined for the bow here, but I can see as these are flying, I can see them kind of
fishtailing a little bit. I think they might be a little bit underspined. I got these arrows mainly to shoot out of I got some 30-pound limbs for my Southwest Archery Spider XL. I think they're about right on that 30-pound bow. It's a 35-pounder. I'm drawing it back to over 40. It's a little bit much. All right. Yeah, nothing to brag about. But we got majority of them are in a fairly decent little group at about 12 o'clock. Alrighty. Got all those out of there. Let's go back and shoot them again, but I'm just going to pull them at random out of the quiver. I'm not going to go all of one arrow at a time and then all of the next arrow. Just shoot them at random here. Shooting a little bit high. Normally I shoot more at 20 yards, so I'm shooting here at 14, 15 yards. I'm probably mentally using a 20-yard kind of hold, so I'm hitting a little bit high. Tell you, these glue-in arrowheads are kind of nice in that you do not have to constantly retighten the arrowhead. Once they're in, they're in. I kind of out of habit and instinctively reach down to tighten them, but they don't need to be. they're cemented in place. Well, just about done here. Like overall, my arrows are hitting a little bit lower this time. It's funny how your mind will just do that, just subconsciously. Your brain will correct for the mistakes. The last group was more of them were high. This group here, I'd say on average, the center of the group is still a little above center, but as you can see, it's come down a little bit. All right. Okay, we got about 20 arrows here altogether, I think. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 are outside of the 9-inch center. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are out. Let me see what we got in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've got 13 in that 9-inch center, and 5 were out. So, you know, for that closer range, it's nothing to brag about. But from my first group to the second group, it did improve. So that's nice. And quite a few of them are here in a pretty tight cluster, so can't really complain too much about that. Using mixed arrows, yeah, it just goes to show you. Here I've got 400s with 175 grain point. I've got 500s with 175 grain point, and I've got 700s with 140 grain point. And you know, at this kind of range, backyard archery shooting, the impact is not terribly different. They're all hitting in the same big area, more or less. Now, you know, competitive shooting out there 40, 50, whatever plus yards, that's not going to work for you. But for backyard archery, arrow tuning is a thing, and it's important, but it's not as critical as we might think it is. So anywho, yeah, I just wanted to make the short vid, share a little bit. I've been enjoying the YouTube vids that some of my channels that I follow have been posting up, and I've been enjoying them, and I haven't been putting up much content over the winter, so I figured today it was a pretty nice day. We got some snow melting, and I wanted to fire up the camera and take you along. So that's it. That's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next vid.